get some insight now from our Washington executive editor, Al Hunt. Al, this was not the birthday present that the president wanted today, was it?
No, it's not at all. It's like getting coal in your stocking at Christmas, especially so when you think about the hopes the White House had just 6 months ago. If we get some kind of budget accord over the summer, it could engender confidence. Investors would feel better. Consumers would feel better. The stock market would take off. What the market reflects, among other things, and I'm sure there are many other factors, is that Washington essentially did nothing this past week.
Well, we just had a market strategist on saying, well, perhaps it's a sign of new confidence that Washington's clearing out for the summer. I mean, that's actually the approach right now. If Washington's not at work, that's a good thing for the economy and the markets. It's pretty skeptical. But what can we hope for here? I mean, what is Treasury Secretary Geithner going to do, if anything? What is Ben Bernanke going to do?
Well, let me get to them in just a minute. But first of all, there's a jobs report that's out tomorrow. It's not supposed to be very good. That would just be a continuum of rather gloomy news. If, on the other hand, it's a little bit better than people expect, maybe 125,000, 150,000, that would be a glimmer of light. And that would be good. That's not what is generally anticipated.
No.
Bernanke has very few options, as you know, Margaret. He said he will come to the rescue of the economy if it heads down. Whether that means QE3 or doing something else, we're not quite sure, but the options are limited.
The options are very much limited, particularly on the fiscal side of things. But tell me about the Treasury Secretary here. It is a very hard thing for the headline and the PR hit that the administration would take if he left office right now. I mean, not just this week, but in the midst of an economy where we're starting to question, are we headed back towards recession?
It would be devastating, Margaret, which is why I suspect it will not happen. Let me give you a little bit of background. Tim Geithner, for the last couple months, has told confidants that for personal reasons he wanted to leave after the debt ceiling was resolved. His wife and his kid, who I think will be a high school senior, are moving to New York. He's tired after 3.5 years of financial crises, and then he wanted to move back after the debt ceiling. He had a private meeting 2 days ago with Vice President Biden. He reiterated those points. The administration's response essentially is, you cannot leave. What's happening today, I think, makes that even more emphatic. And most people who know that I've talked to, who know Geithner well, think he will not leave. He will stay.
He will stay. I hear he's meeting with the vice president. You were just saying that. I mean, look at this. This is a week out. I was just down with you on Monday talking about the need to get this debt deal signed off on so the market could have some confidence. We get that, and now we're down 343 points in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. There's just not a lot of faith right now.
Well, Margaret, as you know, the market's not exactly my area of expertise. But I will suggest that if they hadn't signed the deal and there had been a default, that 343, would have looked like a golden number. It would have been, maybe quadruple figures. Who knows? So I think they did avoid a disaster, but they didn't do very much. And so for the delayed reaction, second, third day reaction reflects that.
Gosh, Al Hunt, thank you very much for joining us here.